Good afternoon, everybody.
Yeah.
And welcome to
Good
the
afternoon.
13th session of India-Bangladesh Telecollaboration Program. Today, we are going to discuss SDG number 6, clean water and sanitization. This session is also divided into two parts as usual. And the first part of this session consists of seasons, and the second part about SDG number 6, about clean water and sanitization. And now I'm going to start the first session, first part of session number 13. SDG number 6, clean water and sanitization. So this is also one of the basic needs of human beings, that everybody must be provided with clean water and sanitization to control so many problems. This is very necessary. Now, which are the cold or hot months in your country? So as far as India is concerned, there are main 3 seasons in India, and December and January, these 2 months are, we can say, very cold in India, December and January. And as far as hot seasons are concerned, so April to June, up to, we can say, 7th June. 7th June is, we can say, starting of monsoon season in India, but many times it delays. So April, May and June, these 3 months, we can say, are hot in India, and December and January are cold seasons in India. Then describe the weather according to each season in your country. So I have tried my level best to explain seasons, months and climate. In winter season, December to January, the climate is very cool in these 2 months, especially. Spring, February to March, sunny and pleasant climate is there. Summer, April to June, hot. And monsoon, mid of June or beginning of July to mid September, wet, hot and humid. So such types of climate or weather according to each month. Now, which is your favorite season? So as far as my favorite season is concerned, I can say winter. Winter season is my favorite season, because in winter season, the atmosphere is cold, and in monsoon, atmosphere is rather cloudy, rainy atmosphere is there, and in summer season, the atmosphere is very hot. So I like winter season. So these are 2 pictures. First picture shows how the atmosphere is in winter season, and people enjoy winter season by wearing warm clothes, sweater, etc. So winter season is my favorite season. Next point is, what's the weather like today in your country? So as far as today's weather is concerned, it is June. Monsoon has started, and though monsoon starts from the 7th June, but nowadays we are waiting for rain. So these are some pictures describing rainy season in India. How people enjoy rainy season. Rain, the people are walking on the road by umbrella in their hands. And in this picture, a girl who is enjoying rainy season. The third picture also shows how people face some problems in rainy season when suddenly rain starts to fall. So nowadays, rainy season is going on in India. So today's atmosphere is also cloudy and humid. Snowfall in India. Is it cold? Is it extreme weather common in your country? Does your country experience snow? So definitely snowfall experience, but it is not in the whole India or in our region, Maharashtra. We do not experience snowfall, but in some parts of India. So these are 6 pictures I have collected of snowfalls in India. Kashmir, Shimla, these are some places. And so beautiful the places looks at the time of snowfall. The roads are full of snow. The houses are also, the houses, trees are full of snow. And people there experience minus temperature. The local people of Jammu and Kashmir, they can enjoy this kind of atmosphere, minus temperature also. So this picture shows, one of the pictures shows the condition of Shimla at the time of snowfall. So snowfall is also there in India, but it is only in few parts of India. Not the whole country experience this snowfall. Hurricanes and tornado. So I would like to show you tornadoes.
Sir, any problem?
No, no, no. Can you see my screen now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
Can you listen the sound?
yes.
Hurricanes and tornadoes. So these two words are very difficult to explain. So this short video will explain. It's called hurricane. And the coastal area experiences kinds of hurricanes many times.
It's happened to last year, sir.
Yeah.
They look okay.
Last year.
Oh, in front of us?
Right in front of us. Over here, right here. Here, right?
Yes.
Okay, so it is better to watch this video. What are the hurricanes or tornadoes? So many times it happens in India. Okay, have you ever experienced a natural disaster? Last question of this first part. So sometimes we have experienced some natural calamities, but as we are living in Maharashtra, so most of the times we didn't face natural calamities here in Maharashtra. So we can say very much safe as compared to the coastal part of India. Okay, thank you very much. I have completed my first part of this session seasons. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Very nice PPT. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, ma'am, you are host now.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Welcome,
Welcome.
everybody. Yes, my partner and my dear students. Is Nilufar Yasmin. Okay. Describe the weather according to each season in Bangladesh. First, I want to say. Bangladesh has a subtropical monsoon climate characterized by wide seasonal variations in rainfall, high temperatures, and humidity. There are three distinct regions in Bangladesh: a hot, humid summer, and from March to June; a cool, rainy monsoon season from June to October; and a cool, dry winter from October to March. Actually, this three season is here. Okay. In general, maximum summer temperature range between 30 degrees centigrade and 40 degrees centigrade. April is the warmest month in the most part of the country. Okay. And January is the coldest month when the average temperature for the most of country about 10 degrees Celsius. Sometime last year here temperature was 5 degrees centigrade. Okay, just in average coldest month, January. Heavy rainfall is a characteristic of Bangladesh with the expectation of the relatively dry western region of Rajshahi. It's also in near about Rangpur, Rajshahi. But the annual rainfall is about 1600 millimeter. Most parts of the country receives at least 2000 millimeter of rainfall per year. Because of its location just south of the foothills of the Himalayas, where monsoon winds turn west and northwest. The region in northeastern Bangladesh receives the greatest average precipitation, sometimes over 4,000 millimeter per year. About 80% of Bangladesh's rainfall, Bangladesh rainfalls during the monsoon season. Okay, this going on season now is rainfall is. Which are the hottest month of Bangladesh? The warmest month with the highest average high temperature is April, 36.3 degrees Celsius. The month with the lowest average high temperature is January, 26 degrees Celsius. The month with the highest average low temperature in June, 27.3 degrees centigrade. Now, which are the coldest month in Bangladesh? January is the coldest month, when the average temperature for most of the country is about 10 degrees Celsius, but somewhere of the country, the temperature was 6 degrees Celsius or 7 degrees Celsius. Last year, means this year, here temperature was 5 degrees Celsius, okay, was. Is extreme weather common in Bangladesh? Bangladesh is 7th among the 10 countries worst hit by extreme weather events, says a global climate report. Puerto Rico, Myanmar, and Haiti top the list, which has 3 South Asian countries and 7 Asian nations. Say the Global Climate Risk Index, CRI, 2020, that analyzed data from 1999 and 2018. Have you ever experienced a natural disaster? Yes, Bangladesh suffer from different type of disasters, such as floods, cyclones, storm surge, riverbank erosion, earthquake, drought, salinity, intrusion, fire, and tsunami. Cyclone and floods particularly caused massive damage, and in Rangpur. Okay, just here flood is so. I have a bad experience of earthquake. It was 20 June, and I was just making my online class in my laptop, and I feel that sometimes is happening because my laptop was just moving for its place. So I just go out from my room, and then I realized that it was an earthquake. It was also one of the most terrible earthquake in Rangpur. Okay, it's just 30 to 40 seconds. Experiencing some natural disaster in Bangladesh, tornadoes. Okay, you saw us the video, but I show you just a picture. Bangladesh has been facing the severe tornado incidents from the historical age due to geographical location. From 1665 to 2014, the country has been faced more than 250 tornadoes reported. Okay, in which 20 events or more were enormously deadliest and fatally and damage in the world history. Cyclone, this cyclone. About 40% of the total global storm surge are recorded in Bangladesh, and deadliest cyclones in the past 50 years. In terms of death and casualties, are those that have struck Bangladesh. The two deadliest cyclones occurred in 1970 and 1991, with 5 lakhs, almost 1,40,000 deaths respectively in cyclones. Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you,
Yes,
ma'am.
sir.
Very nice. Make me host.
Okay, sir. I make you host.
Okay, you are host, sir.
Yes.
Marathi sir, you are host too.
You host now.
Are you watching screen?
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, Nilofar ma'am?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Thank you.
yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Welcome in this session, session number 13 and SDG number 6. The title of this is Seasons and Clean Water and Sanitization. Both titles are related to each other, seasons and water. Now, Mr. Bachcha sir, who is a mentor of this session, and Nilofar ma'am, both are shared about this seasons. And in this session, at first, everybody welcome, and my lovely students, you are welcome. We know India is an agriculture country. So its economy is dependent on monsoon or rainy seasons. So seasons are very important in each and every country. Particularly in India, there are main 3 seasons. First is monsoon or rainy season. Second are winter, and third are summer. But there are sub seasons or subcategories of seasons. Definition of season: one of the periods of different weather into which the year is divided. A season is a period of the year that is distinguished by special climate conditions. The main factors that influence the climate of India, which are they? First, latitude. Second are water bodies. Third are distance from the sea. And last is monsoon winds. Just I said about my country that my country is depends on monsoons. So monsoons winds are very geographically important to my country. The lunisolar Hindu calendar describes 6 different types of seasons. First is spring season. In India, it is called Vasant. Second are summer season. It is called Grishma. Third are monsoon season. It is called Varsha. And fourth are autumn season. It is called Sharad. Next pre-winter season, it is called Hemant. And number 6 is winter season. It is called Sisir in our country. So
Sir, excuse
monsoon
me.
season,
Sir,
yeah,
here also spring
monsoon
is,
season, yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
where also
Share
summer
idea.
is Grishma, okay, monsoon, Barsha,
Grishma,
autumn,
yeah,
Grishma,
yeah,
Barsha,
autumn,
Sharad, autumn is
yeah,
Sharad, and
yeah,
pre-winter is Hemant, and
pre-winter,
it is Shishir, but we say
yeah,
Shit. It's same as you. Thank you,
yes,
sir.
right. And in Europe, there is called autumns,
Autumn
but
season.
yeah. Now,
And season
the,
is called Rutu in
yes,
Maharashtra.
Here also,
Vasanta Rutu.
yes, we also call the Ritu, Shit Ritu,
Riti,
Grishma Ritu,
Rutu,
Barsha Ritu, Sharat Ritu, Hemant
yeah,
Ritu, or Basant Ritu.
Same.
Here also call this.
Same.
as-
same name, same categories.
Yeah.
In India also. And just ma'am, in the first season in India is monsoon, then winter, and then summer. About monsoon, just today there is heavy rains in Mumbai today, and some parts of our state. It is raining. Not only this, in this season or in rainy season, we know the farmer plucks seeds into the farm and reaps the crops in winter season. In monsoon, we know birds build the nest and people use an umbrella and raincoats. Not only this, in winter season, people uses coat, winter coat, and in summer, people uses very hat. So in summer, the Jalgaon is very hot district from March. The hot is begins from March to May. Jalgaon, which is my district, and Nagpur, it is called Vidarbha. This area is very hot in Maharashtra, and the temperature is nearby above 35 Celsius. So it is the particular thing about my district. And the duration and intensity of seasons in India are not fixed and they are subject to change based on some external environment factors such as wind pressure, the direction of air currents, cloud formation, man-made factors, deforestation and pollution, etc. These are the factors. My favorite season, Mr. Bachav sir also shared about favorite season, but my favorite season is not rainy season but winter, because in winter the climate is fresh and everywhere all nature is green. There are the trees are very green, the land is covered with grass, and not only this, the in winter season we have provided, or the nature is provided many fresh vegetables and fruits to people or to us, and we also take rest in a long time, because in this season night is very long and day is very short, so we have a lot of rest. We can sleep for a long time at the night and fresh eat vegetables. So this season is very nice.
Sir, excuse me.
Extreme,
I actually, sir,
yeah,
interrupt you.
yeah, Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I can't express my which season my favorite. Actually,
Yeah.
me also like winter. Okay,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
because I am agree with you. It's a
Yeah.
long time we sleep. And in quilt when I sleep, I feel
Yes, the
good.
whole
And
night. Yes. Yes. Yeah.
yes, and various type of vegetable. It's
Yes.
available.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
like vegetable, so
Yes.
just it's a excellent season. I like this, sir.
Yes. Yes. Thank you, ma'am.
Uh,
So
Okay.
extreme weather, a thunderstorm, just you say tornadoes and hurricanes, blizzards and floods in India. Many times in some parts of India, there are flood situation, or many parts are affected floods in India in rainy season. So these are the situation in my country. And today, Nilofer ma'am, Nilofer ma'am,
Yes, yes.
today I read the news in
Mm,
state newspaper that uh,
mm.
55 trunks of railway carried
Mm.
onion to Bangladesh. Today I read the news. So there is not cultural relation between Bangladesh and India, but the relation of trade, the relation of business is also related between both countries. Mm, 55 trunks of train carried onions to Bangladesh. This is the news today. And in this way, thank you everybody. Thank you.
Sir, you can continue
Much of
your
sir,
second session.
continue.
Yes, yes. 5 minutes remain.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah,
Continue. More than
yeah.
5 minutes.
And yes. And in this way, in the second part of the session is the title is clean water and sanitization. Clean water is very important to our body. Clean water is very important to human life. So, and in pandemic situation, sanitization is the topper point. And yesterday, Nilofer ma'am is just tell that yesterday in Pune district, the factory of sanitization is going on fire and 17 people are dead yesterday in Pune. So both
Oh,
clean water, yeah, clean water is very important from to the small child to the small, because uh, many problems, many human problems created from water. It is related to water. So clean water, this topic is very important to human body and physician. In this way, what is clean water and sanitization? We know there are many advertisements on the TV about clean water and sanitization. So in India, there is a particular day, ma'am, particular day. The name of the day is hand wash day, and it is celebrated in every school. And the school provide to sanitization to the school children, and we practically all children wash their hands in a particular day in a year. So it is we celebrate this day, hand wash day, in every school. So
here
these
also,
are,
sir. Here also.
yeah, yeah,
Bangladesh
yeah.
also.
Yeah. So this is the objectives, targets and indicators, safe and affordable drinking water. In many houses in our state, in our country, the people uses clean water machines in house to house, and to provide access to sanitation and hygiene. Number three, indicators improve water quality, wastewater treatment, and safe reuse by reducing pollution. So in India, many uh, polluted water, polluted water or wastewater of the companies, factories are come to in clean river. So it is big problem in our country. And point number 4, increase water use efficiency and ensure fresh water supplies. However, many metro cities provide to the city area pure or fresh water. Protect and restore water related ecosystems. So there is some large, there is also ecosystems of restore waters. Current status and some NGO or organizations which function is to provide clean water, care water, and provide water. First is Water Aid India. This is also an organization, and second are Life Water International. Third are Generosity Organization, and fourth are Water Organization. What are the schemes about this? First is Swachh Bharat Mission, and this scheme is started from Honorable Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, and all India participate in this scheme from some years ago, Swachh Bharat Mission. And second are Swachh Bharat, Swachh Vidyalay, yani clean into school. Third are free toilet schemes in village area of the countries. Each and every house has built toilet from government scheme. So next is our state scheme, Hagandari Mukta Gaon Yojana, the village which is completely built toilet. The state government awarded to this village panchayat. And number 5 are Maharashtra Jivan Pradhikaran, which provided clean water to city. The next are Tapi Khore Vikas Pradhikaran. Tapi river is flowing in our district. So Tapi Khore Vikas Pradhikaran also provide clean water. And the last, river joint projects. And our district also, the collector Vijay Singhal was collector at Jalgaon district. In that time,
Okay, you are host now, ma'am.
Okay, sir.
Continue your presentation.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir, do you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
yes.
Okay, thank you. Welcome. Our next session. Okay. Our sixth SDG is clean water and sanitation. What is clean water and sanitation? Okay. Sustainable established by Development Goal 6 is about clean water and sanitation for all. It is one of the 7 Sustainable Development Goals, the United Nations General Assembly in 2015. The official word is ensure availability and sustainable management of water and sanitation for all. Targets. The Bangladesh Rural Water Supply and Sanitation Projects, BRWSSP, aims to provide hygienic sanitation and safe water for around 1.1 million people living in rural areas with high arsenic or saline infiltration. Current status. Bangladesh, with a population under 115 million, has made significant progress towards providing water supply and sanitation in the last 2 decades. According to the JNP, UNICEF, 2014, 85% people have access to safe water and 57% people use hygienic sanitation facilities. The steps that are being implemented by government in improve clean water and sanitation projects. Okay, as this is workshop at Bangladesh, this water and sanitation. Though Bangladesh has for many years enjoyed almost universal access to drinking water, arsenic contamination of 22% of our country's tube wells lowered the service coverage to below 80%. Okay, Bangladesh has made significant progress in reducing open defecation from 34% in 1990 to just 1% of the national population in 2015. However, the current rate of improved sanitation is 61%, sir, growing at only 1.1% annually. Still, the quality of sanitation covers is an emerging area of concern, with more than 40% of all latrines classified as unimproved. Drinking water access is widespread, but half of the drinking water consumptions fail to meet water safety standards. In urban areas of Bangladesh, piped water supply reaches only about 1/3 of the population, and there is no systematic sewer disposal and treatment system. Only Dhaka, Bangladesh capital city, has a sewer system, and it serves just 18% of the city. Planning and service delivery are often supply driven, and government agencies has overlapping functions and pay insufficient attention to operation and maintenance issues. Waterborne diseases are widespread, which fuels repeat transmission of gastrointestinal pathogens that can have disastrous impact on health and nutrition. The Bangladesh Rural Water Supply and Sanitation Project, to which World Bank has committed $43 million since 2012, aims to increase a safe water supply or hygienic sanitation in the rural areas of Bangladesh, where shallow aquifers and are highly contaminated by arsenic and other pollutants. The bank's OBS sanitation microfinance program focuses on increasing access to hygienic sanitation facilities for low-income households. In rural areas of Bangladesh, through improved affordability at the household level and adoption of sanitation microfinance, the initiative links to a bank technical assistance program, scaling up MFI lending from improved rural sanitation in Bangladesh that promotes sanitation marketing and includes private sectors engagement. Okay. And another is this Chittagong Water Supply Improvement and Sanitation Projects. It is supporting to increase the sustainable access to safe water and improve sanitation. And it supports the establishment of a long-term water supply, sanitation, and drainage infrastructure of operational management program in Chittagong. The bank committed this $72 million to the Dhaka Water Supply and Sanitation Project of Bangladesh. During fiscal years 2009 we supported the improvement of stormwater drains in Sylhet catchment in Dhaka, and DWSA plans capacities in the area of sanitation and drainage. Bangladesh Poverty Diagnosis for Water Supply, Sanitation and Hygiene is a bank-produced diet. The sector strategies about delivering water and sanitation services to the bottom 40% of Bangladesh population. It contains new evidence on the linkage to other human development sectors such as health and education. National and international organization who is working on SDG 6, clean water and sanitation, sanitization project in Bangladesh. Just UNICEF, WHO, Bangladesh Rural Water Supply and Sanitation Project, just BRWSSP. Okay. Water supply and sanitation in Bangladesh. With abundant water resources, Bangladesh faces various water contaminations, mainly caused by pollutants, bacteria, and pesticides. Historical water sources in Bangladesh came from surface water contaminated with bacteria. Drinking infected water result in infants, the children suffering from acute gastrointestinal disease that led to a high mortality rate. According to UNICEF, 38.3% of Bangladesh drink unsafe water from bacteria contaminated source. Bangladesh is facing an adequate reliable drinking water scarcity. Bangladesh surface and groundwater are highly saline due to rising sea levels. Okay. Available option of the providing safe drinking water includes deep wells, traditionally dug wells, treatment of surface water, and rainwater harvesting. Between 2000 and 2010, the government installed those safe water devices in arsenic affected regions of Bangladesh. Between 2000 to 2012, the proportion of Bangladesh population who drink water with arsenic had decreased from 26.6% to 12.4%. There are 90.4 million Bangladeshis still drinking arsenic contained water. So it's so shocking. In 2004, 98.5% of the population already has access and improved water source, a very high level for a low income country. This has been achieved through the construction of hand pumps with the support of external donors. Bangladesh has a low level of cost recovery due to low tariffs and poor economic efficiency, especially in urban areas where revenue from water sales do not cover operating costs. Only 56% of population was estimated to have access the adequate sanitation facilities in 2010. But a new approach to improve sanitation coverage in rural areas, namely the community-led total sanitation concepts, okay, was introduced in Bangladesh, and it's created for contributing significantly to the increase its sanitation coverage. So now our country some good positioning. Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Very nice.
Now, me.
अच्छा sir, make more.
Sir. Oh, sir, already host. What's up, sir? We can't hear you, sir. Sir, your microphone is off.
Okay. Thank you. Nandini and Preksha are joining. Before that, I would like to ask a question to Sejal, Chaitanya. Which is your favorite season and why?
My favorite season is winter because my birthday come in winter and it feels so good when winter started, and in morning when I sleep, so it's so good feeling
Yeah.
in a blanket.
So most of the persons like winter season. Chaitanya,
Yeah.
Chaitanya. Yes. What
I
about
like
you?
summer because summer get we holiday and we enjoy it and more fun in summer. That's why I like summer.
Yeah. 1.5 months summer vacation is there, and we can enjoy
Correct.
our holidays with our friends, relatives. So that's why you can say that summer is your favorite season. Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So today we are dealing with the 13th session, and in the first part we discuss about seasons of our particular country, our favorite season, and the condition of our country in various seasons. How do we feel in particular season, etc. And the second part, which is very important one in this uh, second part of this session number 13, that is clean water and sanitization. Now, all of you know that there are three basic needs of human beings, and water is one of them. Water and clean water is the basic need of human being, and definitely everybody deserves to be provided with this basic need of clean water and sanitization. So SDG number 6, it is related with clean water and sanitization, the condition especially in developing countries. So what are the aims and objectives of SDG number 3, clean water and sanitization? The UN has defined 8 targets and 11 indicators for SDG 6, and targets specify the goals, and indicators represent the metrics by which the world aims to track whether these targets are achieved or not. So these are the targets: safe and affordable drinking water. So every person must be provided with safe and affordable drinking water. This is the first target, and it is the right of every human being. That's why this is the first target of this SDG number 6, that safe and affordable drinking water. See, when at first water is packed in bottle or pouch of plastics, so nobody think that water will be sold. But today we see that people are buying water for about 1 liter. Safe clean drinking water is about 20 rupees in India, 15 to 20 rupees, 15 to 20 rupees in India. So safe and affordable drinking water. Second, end open defecation and provide access to sanitation and hygiene. So end open defecation, and this is also the most important problem in most of the developing countries. Improve water quality, that so many diseases are spread because of dirty water. So clean water is the basic need of everybody, and improve water quality, wastewater treatment, and safe rescue. So in India, if we check the quality of water, so at many places, the quality of water is not good. It is not safe to drink, but people are drinking because there is no other sources of better quality of water to drink. Then number four, increase water use efficiency and ensure fresh water supplies. So this is also very important. Increase water use efficiency. We must use water very skillfully and artistically. If we somewhere people are wasting water and they are not using water carefully. So we have to use water efficiently and ensure fresh water supplies. Number five, implement IWRM, protect and restore water related ecosystems, expand water and sanitation support to developing countries. This is also very important one, expand water and sanitation support. So in developing countries, it is not possible to provide clean and safe water to people. So expand water and sanitation support. So it is supported by WHO and other organizations in the whole world. Support local engagement in water and sanitation management. So the role of local person, local management is very important, and support them. How can they use water effectively and how can they manage sanitization? So these are the targets. Then what is the condition? Less than 50% of the population in India has access to safely managed drinking water. So I think the condition in Bangladesh may be same. Less than 50% population can't manage safe drinking water. And here people are using their own RO systems. But we see that RO systems are also dangerous to health because we can't manage them. And because of that, so many people, their resistant power decline because of the RO system. So safe drinking water is a very big issue in India. Chemical contamination of water, mainly through fluoride. The country has only 4% of the world's freshwater resources. As far as India is concerned, only 4% water of the world fresh water is available in India. And with the changing weather patterns and recurring droughts, India is water stressed. So definitely the condition of water is day by day becoming very severe in India. So government and people have to take very steps to save water. Some organizations working to improve clean water and sanitization. Number one is Bhumi. Bhumi, the River Lakes project by the NGO Bhumi was started with the aim of cleaning and restoring the lakes and other water bodies. They bring drying and dying lakes back to life and help the people of Bengaluru fight shortage of water. So this Bhumi helps the people of Bengaluru to regenerate the dying lakes. And they are working to regenerate water in the dying lakes, especially in Bengaluru, one of the biggest city in India. Then Swadesh Foundation is the second NGO, we can say. Swadesh believes that it is every individual's right to receive safe and sanitization drinking water. This NGO working towards conservation of water bodies in Maharashtra aims at ensuring that every family in its geography receives their share of 200 liters of water per day through taps and pipes, in addition to other basic facilities such as sanitation and healthcare and livelihood. So according to Swadesh Foundation, every family must be provided at least 200 liters of water, clean water per day. Watershed Organization Trust, WOTRI. So this NGO is located in Pune and its wings across 9 states in India, impacting more than 3,750 villages with water at the core of everything that it does. WOTR has started many initiatives that aim at conserving water bodies in India. So the main work of this organization is to conserve water bodies in India and water budgeting, Jal Sevakas, to ensure optimal, rightful and efficient consumption of water. Next is Gramin Vikas Vigyan Samiti. So this also helps, especially in 1,500 villages spread across Rajasthan, Uttarakhand and Uttar Pradesh. Gramin Vikas Vigyan Samiti was born, also known as Gravis. This NGO has positively impacted nearly 1.3 million lives. And in Maharashtra, there is also Pani Foundation. Pani means water. So in different states, there are different types of NGOs working for clean water and sanitization. Navjyoti India Foundation. Next, apart from bringing about a positive change in the lives of the marginalized sections of the society and promoting empowerment, Dr. Kiran Bedi started Navjyoti India Foundation to protect the environment and water. So these are 5 organizations, and one of the Maharashtra's Pani Foundation. There are so many persons who are trying to provide clean and safe water to the people. Now, one of the most important project, that is Joint River. So I would like to show you a clip of 2 minutes about this project in India. Just a minute.
Also be the greatest man-made ecological disaster. Opinion seems to be
Can you
split
hear?
down the middle. But first, what
Yes, yes.
exactly does the interlinking project do? It is basically an attempt at the biggest engineering feats in history. But it could also be the greatest man-made ecological disaster. Opinion seems to be split down the middle. But first, what exactly does the interlinking project do? It is basically an attempt to connect 37 major Himalayan and peninsular rivers of the country through man-made canals. 15,000 kilometers of canals will divert 174 trillion liters of water every year to different parts of the country, all at a total cost of rupees 5,60,000 crores. Currently, plans are underway to link the Ken River with Betwa, Partapi with Narmada, and the Daman Ganga with Binjal. The idea is to divert the surplus waters of a river during flood to those that have a deficit or drought. Proponents of interlinking claim that it will reduce the country's dependence on monsoons by irrigating 87 million hectares of land, an area bigger than Pakistan. It will provide food security to millions and increase the per capita income of farmers. Since the project also has dams, it will generate 34 gigawatts of electricity, more than 10% of India's total capacity. However, critics claim that in the long run, river interlinking could do more harm than good. They claim it is based on an outdated understanding of river ecosystems, which are actually complex networks that have evolved over millions of years. And for such a grand project, the ecological, social, and legal challenges have not been studied to the full extent. For example, in the Ken-Betwa linking project, around 5,500 hectares of tiger-inhabited forest land will go underwater. Besides, surplus deficit theory, which forms the basis of this project, does not take into account climate change. A recent analysis of weather data of the last 50 years by researchers at IIT showed that rainfall had actually decreased in the surplus river basins. In such a scenario, diverting waters could wreak havoc on both river systems. Activists also question whether digging canals can really control floods. During the monsoons, the volume of the water in the Ganga is around 20 lakh cubic feet per second, or cusecs. A canal would be able to divert only 70,000 cusecs. That's less than 5%. Perhaps there are lessons to be learned from other countries. In the 1950s, the Soviet Union had diverted the waters of the Ami Darya and the Sir Darya rivers from the Aral Sea. Within decades, it caused the near extinction of the Aral Sea, which was the world's fourth largest inland sea at the time. In India, with rivers flowing through multiple states, water sharing has resulted in bitter legal disputes that have gone on for more than 100 years. So while the intended benefits of interlinking will be proven over time, one thing is sure, it will change the geography of the country as we know it.
Okay, thank you for watching this video.
Nice, nice.
This short video shows that interlinking rivers, there are some advantages as well as some disadvantages of this project. And in many states, in many districts of India, the government is trying to interlink because somewhere waterfall or in monsoon, there is a quantity of water, but in some places, in some states, no water, no monsoon. And that's why if we interlink the rivers, so the floods will not occur and the water will change the routes, and where there is no water, so water will go there. But as the video shows that there are some disadvantages of this interlinking rivers also. So clean water and sanitization is the very important need of human being, and WHO is also trying that, especially in developing countries, everyone should be provided with clean water and sanitization to control so many types of diseases. For example, in Maharashtra, there is a famous saying, Pani gala, naru tala. Naru is a kind of disease because of water, naru. Then there are some, because of lack of sanitization, there are so many diseases occurred in India, in Maharashtra. So these two factors, clean water and sanitization, are very important for the good health of human being. So thank you very much for listening me quietly. And
Thank you, sir.
I think I have shared my thoughts and feelings about clean water and sanitization. And there are also, as Marathi sir has already told, there are so many schemes for clean water and sanitization in India. Those are Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, Swachh Bharat, Swachh Vidyalay, means Swachh Bharat, Clean Bharat and Clean School. Free toilet schemes, Hagandari Mukt Gav Yojana, then Maharashtra Jivan Pradhikaran, Tapi Khore Vikas Pradhikaran, and this last one, River Joint Project. So River Joint Project is also very good, but there as well as there are some disadvantages also. So overcoming disadvantages, we can use this River Joint Project for providing clean water and sanitization to people of India. Okay, thank you. Preksha, I think there is problem for you today to join, and I saw that there are three mobiles, but you are not joining. What's the problem?
Sir, because of network issue.
Okay. we have discussed our favorite season. So which is your favorite season and why?
My favorite season is winter because in this season my birthday comes.
Okay, same as Cesar says. So you both celebrate your birthdays in winter season.
Season.
Okay.
Yeah. Season and Pariksha. On our birthdays, winter season. So nice.
Only Chaitanya says that summer is my favorite season, and the reason is also very good. That 1.5 year holidays, 1.5 months holidays, and in this holiday we can enjoy with our friends, relatives. So that's why his favorite season is summer, and all of us said that our favorite season is winter season. Okay. What about next meeting, ma'am? Session number 14. When can we conduct? Tomorrow, 4 p.m.
Tomorrow, no, tomorrow.
4
Tomorrow,
p.m.
4
not,
p.m. Indian time.
I can't. No, I can't because I have marriage ceremony.
Okay. Then when?
I was invited.
When?
7:30. 7:30, sir.
PM.
7:30. Sejal,
Ma-
Diksha.
My 7:30 or 7.
All 7 p.m.
Sir,
PM.
Sir, do you contact our Yogesh sir and another person?
Yes, I will contact tomorrow. And what about your authority? Who will join from Bangladesh?
I also talk with him. His name is Samsuddin Talukdar.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes. I visited
So
one of the meetings.
just I was told that it's maybe Saturday or Sundays,
Yes,
Friday.
yes. It
session.
will be better to conduct this meeting on Saturday or Sunday. We have to
Saturday.
prepare.
Saturday,
Everybody
7.
has to prepare ourselves. And
Seven-
Sejal, Preksha, you can also share your PPTs at that time.
7:30, sir. 7:30.
Tomorrow.
Saturday is 7:30. No,
What
tomorrow
about
is
tomorrow?
tomorrow our 14th session.
Yes, 14 session.
Tomorrow is 7:30.
Indian.
7 p.m. Indian time and 7:30 Bangladesh time. Okay.
Bangladesh time. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And tomorrow we will decide about 15th session. Okay.
15th session is okay. Okay, sir.
Okay. We will decide it tomorrow. I will contact Yogesh sir
Okay, sir.
and other persons. Then we will decide tomorrow. Okay.
Bachcha
See
sir,
you.
there is suggestion. Bachcha
Yes.
sir, there is suggestion on India Bangladesh group about session because some can forget. So time and it's suggest on this group.